Hello guys, this is leathertoolz. Today I'm going to do a review on pricking iron. It's a Crimsonhide pricking iron. I already did a review on this pricking iron before, but I was just thinking to do it again since this is really good pricking iron and I have something more to tell you and to show you more. And before I tell you in details, I'd like to show you where about this tool. And this is Crimsonhide website. It's crimsonhide.com. I'll put the link in the description box. And here you can see they sell leathercraft tools and products. And if you click on leathercraft tools, they sell these kinds of all these tools. They've added Crimsonhide reverse pricking iron, and what I bought was this Crimsonhide pricking iron. And you can see these options: 3 mil to 3.25 millimeter or 3.85 millimeter, and this size that I'm going to review today is 4 millimeter ones, and it will be 1 and 9 teeth. Oh, sorry, 2 and 9 teeth. Okay, and this is also, I did review on this item. It's this is a sanding block, which you can find here, and recently they have added narrow ones, so you can put into more tight corners, or you can do the small parts easier. So yeah, they have a edge dauber. They have many different zinc alloy craft pen knife, threads. They do have some other tools also, and I believe these are the best seller from Crimsonhide, and it is really good feedback all around the country, and it is really nice pricking. And in fact, that is why I'm doing the review again, because I think this is the most, how should I say, the best pricking iron for Japanese style. I'll go into details. So let's begin. So the box looks like this. It has Crimsonhide's logo on a nice paper box. Yeah, and if you open it, it depends on what configuration you buy. The box size will vary, but mine came in like this. So it's a 2 and 9 pricking iron, 9 tooth pricking iron, and there are a lot of people that ask, do I need only 2 and 9? Do I need 2 and 5 teeth pricking iron also? And it just depends on your skill sets, because if you want to do, for example, here's your thin narrow piece of leather, and if you're trying to stitch this area, you will draw a line with the divider, and then you can line up your holes correctly with 2 pricking irons, but it takes some skills to do so. You need some practice in order to get a perfect line, but it's easier to have 5 pricking iron or 6 teeth pricking iron in order to get a short stitch in very straight line. So it's not a must, but it is really easy, and it is good to have 5 teeth pricking iron. So if you just want to go easy way, you can just add 5 teeth pricking iron in the order, so that you can do it craft easier and it's more fun. And if you are on a budget that you really have to go, you have either choose 2 or 5 teeth pricking iron or 2 to 9 pricking iron. I would rather suggest you to go with 2 with 9 teeth pricking iron. So the longer teeth will be, you will get the straighter line, and it gets really annoying if you have to do the pricking iron marks too much. With the 5 teeth pricking iron or 6 teeth pricking iron, you have to do it a lot, and sometimes line is not perfect, so it gets so annoying. So I suggest you, if you have to go on a budget, go for 2 and 9 teeth pricking iron. Okay. And those of you who have just started leathercraft, what I meant was, this has 2 teeth, like 2 prongs, yeah. And this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. So 8, 9. So it says a 9 teeth. Yeah, that's what I was meant. Yeah. So that's how the pricking iron works, and it doesn't matter what size it is. there is 9 teeth for 3 mil and 9 teeth for 4 mil, 9 teeth for 5 mil. So the size doesn't really matter. The 4.0 means it has a 4.0 millimeter spacing between this point area. So that's what I was trying to say to the beginners, and that's it. So nice box. Now I want to show you in details what the Crimsonhide bricking iron looks like. So they have this, how should I say this, sort of antique finish, but in real I think it's acid etch finish, and it looks very rustic look, and this has a very micro porous finish into it, so it is very grippy. It's not like satin finish, or it's not like smooth. It has a micro rough surface area, so that when you grip your hand, it does really stick to your hands really well. So I think it's a really good point. A lot of bricking irons come in like polish finish or just a brush finish. It really looks good, but sometimes it's really too slippery when you grab it with your bare hands, or when you try to grab it on your shelf or in your workpiece. You have to grab it really tight in order to make it in a straight direction. You can't really go like diagonal. You have to be on straight on a workpiece. But sometimes it's really hard to do because it's really slippery and it's really high satin finished. But now Crimson Iron comes in like this from, I think they've been selling this tool for more than 3 years. They've been come always like this. They're producing this tool like this from the beginning. And I think it's really nice and responsible, because they have been really selling this tool for a long time. It's a pretty reliable seller, and it's a really good item. And it resembles Japanese bricking iron a lot, but it's much more refined way. Okay. Now it says Crimson logo. Okay. And like I showed you, it's on the other side. It's a sizing, and I will show you the teeth. On the other hand, the teeth is very highly polished, without any defects. Okay, every teeth is well polished. You don't see any other brushed marks or scratch marks. It's really well polished, and this is not just for the looks. It does help in function, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so it's well polished bricking iron, and it's the same, but I will show you the number 2 teeth bricking iron. Oh. It's just well polished. This is just the oil, some of the oils I applied on, and this is really good steel too. This is made of DC53 steel, and DC53 is really nice steel. It's an upgrade version of SKD11 steel, which is equivalent to D2 steel. So what I'm basically saying that is, this is upgrade version of D2. So it's better than D2, so it's really nice steel. Some of you guys just look for RW34 or just the really high-end steel, and that is like overbuilt for bricking irons. For bricking irons, you just need really tough steel, really hard, really tough steels, and D2 SKD11 is really good choice, but they went for DC53, which is even better. So the steel they've used here is really nice, and I can also see that in the result that this tip is really strong and it stays sharp for really long time. Yeah, and they've heated this just really good. So they use good steel, and then they treat it very well, so it does really last you a really long time. And the price is really not bad. The price that we put on this bricking iron is really comparable to other really good bricking irons, and I think this is really reasonable and more to the really good price, because you know some of the nice bricking irons are really expensive, and I think it's just they're really doing a good job for the price. So I just want to compare it with other bricking irons. They don't sell this anymore. This is Emirok. It's a little shorter than Emirok, on the length like this. If you put it, I'll just show this. Yeah, I should go like this. Okay. Okay. So Crimsonhide is here. It's a little shorter than Amirok, but it is really nice size. It fits in hand really easily, and it is good size that you can hit it with a hammer. I don't feel any short. I just think it's just good size for pricking iron. And I just want to add one more thing. This is Beagles, and it's a little shorter than Beagles, so it's two sides are almost identical, and this one is a little shorter. And I just want to compare the thickness between these two, because you guys really wonder about this thickness. Crimsonhide is a little thinner. This one is Crimsonhide, and this is thinner. Yeah. And for Beagles, also, let's see. Yeah, it is almost similar, identical. And because this is like a pointy, it's Japanese style pricking iron, is more thin at the tip. It is quite thin, yeah. On the handle area, this is more thinner. I mean, sorry. And this is also thinner. It has the same thickness all the way to the neck, then gets thinner towards the point. So it is thin pricking iron, and I don't have any of the Japanese pricking iron right now, but this resembles one of the pricking irons from Hyuchiya in Japan, but it's way better steels and way better finished. It's just incredible finish and the shape, and the teeth length is just perfectly organized, and I think this is the best Japanese pricking iron ever made. You know? And this is the only makers who make this kind of really nice Japanese style pricking iron on the market right now. And I can just show you how it performs on leather. Now, from the pricking iron review video now on, I'm going to use this standard mallet. This is Blanchard mallet, and this is I think everybody has this mallet, and everybody can purchase this mallet. I want to have a consistency on the mallet, and so I will use now this mallet into every pricking iron review video. So to be fair, I guess. So this pricking iron, this hammer will be used, and for the punching pads, I have this interesting item. I will make a separate video on this. This is a punch pad for District Leather Supply, and this item is really nice. I've been using this, testing this for a while, and I really like this. I will make a separate review video. Okay. Normally, what I would use is this Japanese leather cutting pad, or this just the IKEA cutting board, and I think this is better. This Japanese cutting mat is better than this one, but if you don't have any choice, you should use this. And when you use a pricking iron, you need a hard surface like a marble or steel plate. Now, funny enough, I don't have it right now. I've moved from South Korea to Germany, so I couldn't bring any of the marble or steel plate with me. I just have a basic tools right here with me in Germany. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going just to lay down these two plates on this punching pad that I'm going to use today, and I'll show you what it's like even though I don't have a proper surface. Okay, so what I mean is that I'm going to lay this down like this, so this will provide pre-surface hard surface. And this wood, I mean, it's not really actually wood, it's an MDF. It's a cheap desk, and this does not really provide hard surface. What I mean by hard is really hard, like a marble or stone. Flat stone will give you like sturdy area, so that when you use the leather pricking iron on leather, the energy will concentrate on the leather and the pricking iron. If you have this kind of cheap or this kind of plastic only, the energy will disperse into the surface area, so that even though you hit hard on this leather, the energy does not go fully into this leather. So that's why you need hard surface, and I'm going to use it anyway. and because the result is good anyways. So this pricking iron is really nice. You don't really require that much hard surface because it works so well. So I'll just show you why. Okay, so I place it. Okay, so just the one punch, it goes all the way through, you know, and it provides a hole. Looks like this. And I do have some oils left on the teeth. Sorry guys, I need to wipe it down a little bit. I do it more and more. Yep. Just the one single punch, hit, and it's all the way through on a thick vegetable leather. Okay, now the oil is gone now. So this is how the holes looks like. It is a angled hole. It's not a round hole, but it is more of a it's like a rice grain shape of a hole. Okay, it is different than European pricking irons in terms of look and then the result of the stitching. So it does look like this. Just in case you guys don't know what is the difference between the rice grain Japanese style and European looks, I'll just to show you. Yeah, the upper one is Emirok. It's a European style pricking iron. The bottom one is Crimsonhide. Yeah, it is different. It's more low angle, and the hole is rounded, but I think it's smaller. Yep, this is how the hole looks like, and I was just going to show you the stitching result, and I'll come back. So this is the stitching result. So I used MBT thread size number 1, which is the thickest, and 5th, which is the middle size, and size number 8, which is the thinnest. And this is how the stitching looks like after using 4mm Crimsonhide pricking iron. Okay. My style of stitching is using MBT 1, size 1, and I think most people would go for MBT 8 or 5, and I don't know, it's just your liking, your taste. And on the back, of course, it's fairly straight, and I did have some mistakes, I was in a hurry, but yeah, it's on the back it's really flat, straight stitching. So I do like the look of MBT size 1, and as you can see here, it depends on what kind of thread you use. It does matter on the look of the stitching. So it is matter of pricking iron, and it is matter of the hole size, it is matter of thread size, and it is matter of what kind of thread you're using. And this is the result of the pricking iron that I've used. So Crimsonhide 4.0, oops, 4.0, Japanese style pricking iron, and thread size 158. Yeah, this is it. So it is very nice pricking iron. And one thing difference between Japanese pricking iron and European pricking iron, I almost forgot to say, is that you can line up a wait a minute. Okay, so with the divider, you will draw a line on the stitching line, yeah? Okay, so you'll draw a line here like this. For Japanese style pricking iron or Crimsonhide pricking iron, you only need to do is you point a tip on this line like this. So you don't really, you don't have to think about much about lining the stitching because it's easy. You can just put the point area on the crease line like this. But for European pricking irons, you need to adjust your skill really well. Either you go under the line like this or up at the line, yeah, like this, so that you need to align your corner of your pricking iron like this. I think it's a little harder than just aiming the tip point area on the line. So it is the best reason I would prefer this Japanese pricking iron rather than European style pricking iron. But the stitching looks different. I'm going to do another pricking iron review in coming weeks, and you will see the difference between what is the stitching difference between European and Japanese style pricking iron, and it's just a matter of taste, and it's really nice pricking iron to use. And either you go for Japanese pricking iron or European pricking iron, it doesn't really matter. It just, you know, if you have it, it's a really nice addition to your tool set, because sometimes you'll really enjoy using it, and you can change to European and Japanese style again too. And what I would do is that for my craft, I would use Japanese pricking iron, Japanese style pricking iron on like Japanese style item, and I will use European pricking iron on the European style looking items. Because if I mix to both into this one single project, I don't know, it just looks a little bit funny. So for me, I would rather stay on style and with the project that I'm doing, and stay with the European style tool with this project that I'm doing. So that's the whole concept, and yeah, that's about it. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I've noticed that many of you guys really don't subscribe and just type in leathertoolz and come to my channel and watch it. I really appreciate it, but if you subscribe, you don't really need to check on every time. If you subscribe, you can just see in your subscription box if my new video is up or not, and if you put a bell next to the subscribe button, if you click on that bell, if my video is uploaded, you will get notification immediately, so you can watch it immediately right after. So that's the good aspect of subscription box and notification button, and that's it. So okay, I'll see you guys next video, and bye bye.